I'm Sonnet with Sonnet's Garden Blooms. I want to welcome you all to my channel. Now in today's video, you are going to see the haul that I made. I went to, we got a couple different snowstorms, so I only was able to make or hit up the 3 Goodwills in the area. And the shelves were kind of barren, so I was a little disappointed. I wanted to find a lot of stuff because I have to get pricing and get new product in my booths. I'm making my product, plus I'm using items that I thrift, upcycle, just resell. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you what I got. First and foremost, I found this basket. I had one of these a while ago and I repurposed it and it sold like right away. I have another one. I just put it in the booth. So I was really excited to see this. Trying to decide what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, I picked this up. It was half price. So I've got it for $1.50. Now, I have been collecting these. I wanted to do something on my wall in my kitchen. I have an area where I thought it would be kind of fun to put all these pans. And a couple of them were like the greens. I was hoping to find different colors. So what I decided to do to repurpose them is DIY has such fun colors on the DIY paint. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna leave this one because I like this. And I think I'm gonna leave one like the natural green. And then the others, I am going to just take all fun colors of the DIY paint and repurpose each one of those. So I'm going to bring you guys along for that. I grabbed these each. They were, let's see, how much were they? $3 each. So again, I'm keeping those for myself. I just thought it'd be kind of fun. I even thought if I were to sell them, it would be a kind of a fun thing to do in my booth too, to have a display on a wall with all the different colors as well. And then when I do the repurposing with the DIY paint, I'm going to add some distressing, make them look a little worn, kind of like they do here. You can see that they've been used and abused, so I'll definitely do that. And they were putting out, so I think they must have cleaned their shelves, and then they had tons and tons of carts that they were wheeling out. I could just get in there really quick, so it was going to be like an in and out for me. They had these though on the shelf, and I don't know if these are Pottery Barn or not. My mom ended up finding right before the holidays all Pottery Barn ones, and I was like, what? So it does not say that, and I don't know if there was supposed to be something on the bottom or you're just supposed to set a candle over it or what, but I just thought these were really fun. So I got this one for $4. And then I got this taller one here, for $4 as well. So I ended up getting both of them. I just think they're really cool, and these are very popular, and I really like them, but I am going to repurpose them or resell them. So they will be found in one of my booths very soon. Now in one of my recent hauls, I did find a lot of really cool decanters and like glass pitchers. Those have been going over really well. So I made a really cool display at Water Street Vintage. I also have another really cool display at the Yield Goat. At the Yield Goat, I did display a bunch of like the cobalt blue, the pinks, and then just some other like crystal vases, and the blue vases have been selling very well. So I picked this one up, so it was $3. So I'll get that in there to add to that display. And for spring, the pictures just, I don't know what it is. It's just drawing me in. I love them. So I grabbed this one. It was $4. And then I grabbed this other one here. It was $4 as well. So they're 2 different shapes. Gonna wash them all up. I just think that for spring, it just reminds me, spring, summer, having an outdoor gathering, just going back to like what your grandma and grandpa used in the olden days. It just reminds me of that. So I grabbed those. Very excited about those 2. And then I also picked up 2 more decanters. And like I said, these have been selling like crazy. I also found one did not have a top. This one did. I thought the top was really cool. And I paid $4 for it. And I just think it's really neat. So there's that one. The other one, this one, actually, I wonder if this goes with this. Yeah, oh, I think it fits better on here. But this one was a little bit more. It was $7.99, but I thought it was so pretty. And if you remember from my haul video, I did find a bunch of tops, and then I just have them displayed in my house. So I'm gonna take one of those tops and use it in this display. What I've also been working on this week is painting. I found a while ago a couple chairs in the garbage, painted them up, put them in the goat. They sold immediately. So now I have 4 more chairs that I'm painting up, and I'm going to show you those right now. So a while ago, I had thrifted these. I actually ended up getting 4 matching chairs for $20. So $5 a chair is pretty good. They had like a glossy finish on them, and I had painted them with a type of paint, and the paint just kept scratching off, and I was kind of like, oh gosh, now I have to sand them all down. But what I love about DIY paint is you can put it over any type of finish and it adheres. So I did use a fire starter. It was a little bit bold. I mean, I like color, but this was a bit bold for me. So the reason I did it, and I am going to show you, the reason I decided to go with fire starter, and I haven't, I just did 2 coats of paint on these. I am going to touch them up in a couple areas, and then I'm going to distress them and put a clear coat on them. So this is truly not the exact color it's going to be. But when I found these chairs a while ago, I had already recovered them, and I had this really very fun summery fabric, and so these are already recovered, and so I just decided I really like the orange. It just reminds me of summer, so I grabbed the orange, which matched up perfect to fire starter with the DIY paint. So that's what inspired me there. I'm also going to create some pillows. I'm just gonna use like drop cloth, and I'm gonna stencil something on the drop cloth just to kind of, make it pop. Maybe I'll even use the turquoise. It's all this fun summery colors that is like drawing me in. So I wanted to show you, I have been working diligently on this project. It took me a little bit to figure out which set of chairs I wanted to use, and then like I said, I had these sitting right by the chairs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there it is. I'm gonna use it and make that whole table pop differently over at the Yield Goat. So there you have it. Let's get back to the haul. I love giving you guys sneak peeks of what I'm working on. It's continuous. So I do hear a lot like, how do you get so much done? It's because I'm constantly having things in progress, trying to complete projects. So there's always things that I'm painting, I'm pricing, I'm just getting tons and tons of stuff going. So now back to the haul here. I found this, and it was $3. I just saw it for the holidays. I wanted to make some trees with wrapping it around. I wanted to do it last year, and I didn't have the opportunity, so I thought, perfect, I'm gonna start prepping and preparing for that. So I grabbed that. I also found this copper Jello mold, and when I was younger, my mom had all these really cool copper Jello molds, and she had them all displayed on her wall. I just thought it was so cool, and I just grabbed this. I just thought it was a neat one. I paid $4 for it, so I'm thinking about doing something like that even in my booth, doing copper Jello molds. So I'm going to be on the look and hunt for that. I did find this little wall pocket. It was $4. I love the little glass beads here on the bottom, and I actually kind of just like the color. I'm debating whether or not to give it an update, but I kind of like that pink. It's really bright and sunny today in my living room, so I'm sure I'm getting like blinded here by that. And I found these and I thought this was kind of fun for up north. It was $3. It's called Liquid States and they're like coasters. They're just so neat. Like this one has Maryland on it and then this one is the Lone Star. Oh, yep, I was like, I bet you that's Texas, and it's Texas. Let's see. Okay, this is Massachusetts. So yeah, they're all different. I just thought they were really fun and we're always looking for coasters for up north. So I grabbed those. Now, the other thing that I grabbed was this crate. I did pay $6 for it. I think I can definitely get my money's worth out of it. I like the detail on the corners. I don't even mind the color so much. So I'm really excited about that. I always look for even like height, like flipping it over and adding height in my booth, or just even putting it like this and putting pillows or other soft items in there. So I grabbed that as well. So that will be going in my booth pretty quick. And all right, so more glassware. I found, if you remember from a summer haul, I found a bunch of these tall ball jars and I painted them up. These were only $2 and I ended up getting 2 of them. So I grabbed those because I think those will look really cool. I'm thinking about doing like a crate and having some bigger ball jars in the crate. I have some old wood, so it'd be a perfect piece to put as a display on a table that I have in one of my booths. Now I found this one. Again, this reminded me of one of those pink ones that I recently bought. This was $6, so it was a little bit more, but I thought that I liked the handle. And if you look really close, it has little round like dots all over it. I thought that was really neat. So I grabbed that and I grabbed, there goes my receipt. I grabbed this one. This one was $3. So it was very similar to another one that I had gotten, but I'm really excited about doing a display kind of like I did at the Water Street Vintage, like I said. So I'm excited about that. Also, I found this and it's kind of dirty. It was $4, but it's actually for like champagne or something like that, or like you could use it as an ice bucket. I paid $4 for that. So that will be going in one of my booths. And, oh yeah, these. I got 2 of them. And I just thought they were really, really pretty. I like the color. I don't know if there's a name on the bottom, something Laughlin, I don't know, but there's 2 of them and I'm going to get those put in my booth. I just like the yellow for the spring, just something fun. So yes, those will be going in my booth. And now I want to show you some greens I got. They had a whole cart of greens and I saw these were $3. Aren't those just awesome? Look at them. They remind me like they could be real tulips. So that I was very excited about. The other thing I found this. I'm not really entirely sure what I'm going to do with it, but again, this was $3 as well. And look at the greens. I love it and I like the branches. So those 2 items I recently got. And then I love finding wreaths. I like the oval type shape of this one. It already had some greens on here. It just kind of, what I think it's missing is it needs like a pop of color, like oranges or something like that for spring. So I ended up paying $6 for it. I thought it was a pretty good price for the wreath and the greens. And then I'm just gonna change it up a hair to add something really fun and make it look springy. All right, and then I ended up getting 2 of these metal things. This one is just a 2-tier tray and you can see it has a bird on top. I paid $6 for it. It just needs to be tightened up. Oh, there, I tightened it there. So I love putting these in my booth, setting things in here just to add different heights, and it will definitely be for sale in the booth. Then I found this. So I'm trying to think, a couple hauls ago, I found another bird cage like this, and I put in the very bottom, I put a bird's nest in one of my recent spring DIYs, and it was only in my booth for not even a week and it sold. So I paid $6 for this. I love the detail of the birds on the front. I'm just gonna clean it up a bit and probably do the exact same thing to sell it. So very excited about that. Also, I got a package from one of my viewers. So I wanna thank Amber. So sweet of her. She had a bunch of paintbrushes that she wanted me to try out. And I started with the orange chairs. I used, there was a round one. So I used that and they work awesome. So I'm very excited. So I got all different paintbrushes to try from her. So I want to thank her so much. Yeah, I can't wait to get trying all the different paintbrushes. So that was very exciting when I found the package on my front porch. And I want to show you two other little projects that I'm working on. I am working on a dresser and I'm working on a table, and these will both be going into my booths at the Yield Goat. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring you in the kitchen and show you those. So here's the dresser, and I painted the sides and I put the stamp Kindest Regards on there. We're having a bit of a problem though, so I can get the top 3 drawers in, but when I painted the sides of the bottom drawer, they kind of warped a bit. I don't know, and now it's kind of like stuck. So I, over the weekend, am going to let it dry a bit. We're gonna add the handles. So I did pick this up in the garbage. I distressed it I wanted to bring some of the white out from underneath. I think I went a little crazy on the distressing. So to kind of offset that, I'm thinking about adding this transfer. And when I say I'm letting this sit for the weekend, you guys, I am going up north to our cabin this weekend. I'm actually taking a break. So I was thinking about putting this on the front. And so if I zoom in, it would look something similar to that, possibly like on the front. I'm debating if there's too much green. So that's why it's been sitting here. So I'm going to sleep on it. I don't think there's that much green, really. But I am going to sleep on it over the weekend, make that decision, and maybe you guys can tell me what you all think. Do you think I should put the transfer on there? I'm sure the lighting is not the best here. So, but that is one project that I'm working on that I'm going to finish up and get into the goat. And I'm hoping that the bottom drawer fits by the time I get home. And then I found this cute little table, and I found it in the garbage. And I'm painting this one, Monet's Garden. So I am going to put a second coat of paint on here. I am going to distress it, and then I was even thinking, oh gosh, no, up on the top, I was thinking about maybe even putting like some type of transfer there, but I'm really loving the greens, and I can't wait to get these into my booth. One last thing I want to show you I'm working on is this table, and I've already painted the edges. I used the color Black Velvet, so I really like that. I'm not going to distress or anything like that. I'm just going to leave as is. So the top, this is where I got, so anyways, the top was just, it did not look like this initially. So my vision, I found this decoupage paper, and I was gonna put this really cool decoupage paper on the top. So I clear coated the whole thing with poly, and now what happened was I clear coated it. It turned out beautiful, and I was still thinking I was going to do the decoupage paper. So then I started putting white paint down, and then that's when this happened. Because then I started like going, oh my gosh, I don't want to cover this up. It's so beautiful. Like, look at this wood. I mean, look at how beautiful this looks, guys. So I wiped it all off, and then this happened right here. So I'm going to try to clear coat it one more time. I think maybe when I was scrubbing it, the water got on that area. If I can't get that looking perfect again, what I plan on doing then is doing the decoupage paper on here. I shouldn't have did it after I did the clear coat because it was so pretty. And I just think it looks really neat with the color I'm using here. So we will see. But that is another project. It's a little end table, or not end table, coffee table that I'm working on. And it was in my stash of goods, and I'm trying to clear that out. So with that said, I'm gonna bring you back, and we are going to do, I want to show you one final thing. So what did you guys all think? I have a lot going on. I am super excited to just take this weekend and unwind up at our cabin. And next week, there's a lot going on. So upcoming March, I believe it's like the weekend of March 3rd, 4th, 5th, something in there, is the vintage shop hop in the area. So my goal is to have all of my booths top notch. I do have I definitely am going to be working at the Yield Goat and at Water Street Vintage. I'm still trying to determine what I'm going to do at Antique Up. I am kind of torn. Some events occurred recently, and I am trying to determine if I want to keep my booth there. So I'm going to be thinking about it very long and hard this weekend, just relaxing and just trying to clear my mind up north. But sometimes you have to make hard business decisions, and I have to decide whether or not I want to keep that booth. So with that said, I have one last thing I want to show you guys, and I cannot believe I forgot to show you. I found this little pocket, and it's made out of like tin. It's very cool looking, and actually when I found it, it reminded me, everybody's on the bandwagon of making those out of old cans. They take the top off, take the bottom off, and then they smoosh it. Very cool idea. But yes, that's what reminded me of this. But this is definitely just two pieces of tin, and looks like they riveted it together. So there's like a rivet on each side. So I think that this is actually really neat out of old pieces of metal. Maybe like ceiling, like old ceiling, or something like that. But I paid $4 for it. I loved it. I want to show you that the last thing that I forgot, I actually took it out of the box, set it aside, and I forgot to show you. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We will see you Monday. Not sure yet what I have in store for you, but I'm thinking possibly some booth tours, show you where it's at, what I need to get in my booth on Monday. And then possibly Friday, I might actually go on the vintage shop hop and give you guys a tour of it, show you what it's all about. We'll see. I've always wanted to do it. They have a roadmap, and actually it runs all the way through Wisconsin and Illinois. So I probably will not make it to Illinois, but I might actually hit some of the local shops up in Wisconsin or around the area. So I'm going to see if my mom might be up for that. Well, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Bye.